Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So it's the end of the month and that means it is our March Project Pan update. So yeah, mine is a rolling Project Pan, so as I finish things I add things in. I can also kind of like rotate things out if I really want to. I do rotate eyeshadow palettes every single month, so the eyeshadow palettes that I used to, so the eyeshadow palettes that I was using last month I'll be taking out and putting in 2 new ones. So we have a couple of replacements, so why don't we just get into the things that I only finished one, the thing that I finished. So I finished my Stoneflower perfume pretty much a couple days after the last Project Pan update went up, so that is finished. I will be replacing that with this Ted Baker body spray. This is in the Opulent Petal. So right now it is up to about there. I've got it, put a little black mark on so you can see where that is. I have been using this a little bit this month. It was pretty much full. But I've kind of just been using like other perfumes in my collection. I have quite a big perfume collection, so I'm kind of enjoying just using whichever I felt like it this month. So the way I'm going to kind of do this month is this will be used kind of like when I'm just in the house not doing anything, because it's just a body spray, it's not very strong. And if I'm going to be leaving the house, then I will use one of my other perfumes. So that's kind of how I'm going to play this, because I'll have to spray this like a couple times a day. So it might take me a bit longer to use this than if I was only using this. But oh well. Okay, next I have an item that I will be completely getting rid of from my collection. I just can't use it anymore. So that is the L'Oreal Paradise Pomade. I have mine in the shade Brunette. I just can't use this anymore. I kind of gave up on this about halfway through the month. It's just so crumbly and horrible. I hate the formula. And that's funny because when I first used this I really liked it. I've never used a pomade before. It was actually in my favourites at the time, like months ago. And this was like last year obviously. It was in my favourites when I first started using it, but I've used a different pomade since. I've used the Benefit one, and that consistency is so smooth and lovely. This is just disgusting. So I am getting rid of this out of my collection completely because I really don't enjoy using this, and I don't like how my eyebrows look when I do use this, so I'm getting rid of it. I will be replacing that though with the NYX Eyebrow Cake Powder in the shade Dark Brown. It would help if I took the lid off this. So I've hit pan on both the shades in this. I hit pan on the darker one ages and ages ago, and I only recently hit pan on the brown one. Again, I've just kind of been using like this month all my Benefit stuff just to kind of play around with that. But I'd like to finish this because I've had this for way longer than I probably should have. So okay, so a recap of last month's eyeshadow palettes. We had the ELF Nude Rose Gold palette. It's basically like a dupe for the Naked 3. I've used this a fair amount if I'm not like having a heavy makeup day. I just really like this palette for like when you want like a little bit of something on your eyes but not much. So yeah, I've used that a good amount, and I actually have been able to mix my 2 palettes together. So I've used this and also the Urban Decay Naked Smoky. There's the brush falling out. Again, I've managed to use this a fair amount. I wanted to kind of get not my last use of it for the year obviously, but we're coming into spring summer, so I'm not going to be wanting to use darker eyeshadows as much today. As you can see, I've got pink and purple on. That's kind of more my vibe, so I wanted to just kind of like get my last full use where I'm going to be using it more consistently. I mean, of course I'm going to use this year, obviously, like I'm going to keep using it. But now, this month I want to kind of do more colourful palettes. So yeah, I've managed to like use those 2 palettes pretty well together honestly. So yeah, I enjoyed using these. Okay, so the two palettes that I am going to be replacing those with are both Revolution. So we're starting with the Tammy palette, which I actually have on my eyes today. I like this palette. The black in it is terrible. There's no kind of beating around the bush on that one. It's the worst black I've ever used in my life, which is weird because the Imagination palette has a great black in it. Yeah, but I really like the colours in it, and I've been really wanting to play with colours this month, and just like, I mean, I have been using other palettes aside from the e.l.f. and the Urban Decay one, but I wanted to try and use them as much as possible, so I now have like a more colourful palette that I can play with this month now that it's going to be like warmer. And I thought also kind of colourful, but just to keep it more neutral, I've also got the Reloaded Velvet Rose palette, which is basically the Soft Glam dupe. So it's like nice. Ooh, ow. Just jammed my fingers in the palette there. How nice. Yeah, so like they're neutrals, but they're warm tones, and I really love this palette. So it means I can kind of have a neutral if I want neutral, have a colour if I want colour. I'm kind of covered on all bases here. So yeah. Okay, so let's go with progress that we can see really easily first. So we have the NYX Born to Glow Liquid Illuminator in Sunbeam. As you might be able to see, we were here and now we are down here. So we've used a fair amount. I try to use this every day, but sometimes it feels cakey when I put foundation on as well. So you have to be careful, not use too much of this, not use too much of my foundation, but that's good progress. All things considered, I don't wear makeup that often when you think about the fact that I don't leave the house all that much. So you know. Okay, my foundation has made loads of progress because I use it with a sponge. I need like 2 pumps to cover my face. So we were down here and we're now all the way up here. So we've used like a good inch with we're getting close to territory where I won't be able to actually see where we are because it doesn't end there, it keeps going. So yeah, I think I'm very impressed with how much I've been able to use this month. So of the other things I have measured, let's go with my eyeliner. So this is the NYX Slide On, Glide On, Stay On, etc. In the shade Jewel, and I have not used much of this in all honesty. I have on a bit today, but if this will focus, there we go. We've only used a couple millimeters really, so not done the best on that one, but oh well. Okay, for my lip liner, this is the Revlon Color Stay in Natural. Don't like this very much, but it'll do for now. And we have used a lot more of that. So again, if I can get this to focus. There we go. So we were there and now we are there. I mean, you can see the lines if I move this closer. There we go, right there. And of course the contours, this is the NYX Wonder Stick. So we have the contour side, which looks very like creamy for some reason, which is not usual. And the highlight side, the contour side, hang on, I've got like a, and the highlight side. So the contour side has been a lot more well loved than the highlight side. I've only recently started using the highlight side. So there we go, we've used a good few millimeters of the highlight and the contour. So that's good. And the lip gloss I have used barely any of. This is the Autograph lip glossy in Supermodel Smile. So yeah. Okay, 2 things I can't really judge. My NYX Soft Matte Lip Cream in Stockholm. I can't tell how much I've used of it, but I've used this a lot, so I know I will have used a very good amount of it. And the Gosh Brow Sculpting Fiber Gel. Less is coming out on the brush, so I think this is going to be finished this month. But I can't physically see how much is in there. Okay, and lastly we have the powder product. So the one that has seen the most improvement is the Maybelline Fit Me pressed powder. This is a translucent one. I've used a lot of this. It's getting thinner and thinner around the edges. I'm kind of working on the top edge at the minute, but it's difficult when I use a big face brush, have to like squish it down and rub it in the side. But we're making good progress on that. That won't be long. The rest you cannot really see any progress in. The bronzer, this is the Freedom bronzer. Doesn't look any different, frankly. That's gonna take me all year to finish. I can just tell it's going to be all year to hit pan at this rate, like it's ridiculous. The blush is going to take me all year just so you cannot see the PS logo in it because you can still see it. And I use this every day and it's just taking so long. It's going to take a very long time for that one. Same for this highlight. There is a lot more visual difference on this one compared to the other two. At least in my opinion, it looks different. It's like taking the sheen off some of it, if that makes sense. You might be able to see in the pictures what I mean. You also might not, depends on the lighting. But that's taking me a very long time. And the last one is the MAC Shadow in Satin Taupe. This is starting to get a little bit of a dip in it. If you look at it kind of head on, it looks like there's a dip, but if you look at it from the side, it doesn't at all. So yeah, I have used this a few times. I've used it the most with my e.l.f. palette, but I don't use it all the time. It's a good job this is going to be a year-round staple in my project pan. Okay, so that is it for my project pan. Those are what has happened. That's what I've used this month. It's slowing down quite a bit. I think, you know, the things that I'm going to finish first is definitely the contour side of this. That's getting very close. The Gosh Fiber Gel, the NYX Liquid Illuminator, the foundation, and the powder. They're getting like the closest, but still the foundation powder is going to take me, and the illuminator is going to take me a while. It's probably going to be the fiber gel or the contour side of the Wonder Stick next. Hopefully both of them. We'll try real hard. But yeah, if you enjoyed this video, let me know by giving the video a thumbs up and also subscribing if you haven't already. If you're doing Project Pan, let me know how it's going in the comments below, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!